Coming up next on the J. Rao Show.
When I first started this trial and I talked to the jury when we had the whole panel in, I stated to the group that if they were here because they wanted to punish Mr. Simpson for what had happened previously, then this wasn't the case for them.
I was confronting friends and retrieving my property. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of it.
We're thrilled. It's kind of a bittersweet moment, knowing that SOB is going to be in jail for a very long time where he belongs. It was satisfying seeing him in shackles like he belongs, and still had that arrogant look on his face when he came in and that arrogant look on his face when he walked out.
OJ Simpson was found guilty of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson, his ex-wife, and her friend Ron Goldman. He was sentenced to 15 to 33 years in prison. You heard me right. What a disgrace.
1980s pop singer Boy George was found guilty. Was convicted of falsely imprisoning a male escort. A man says Boy George beat him with a metal chain as he tried to escape his apartment after a naked photo shoot.
Geez, I wonder if Boy George would get 15 to 33 for kidnapping as well. What a crock.
50 days from today, President Bush will leave office. And in these final days, he's reflecting on his 8 years in the White House, leading a nation at war and in economic turmoil.
Responsible for what's happening.
You know, I've been the president during this period of time, but I think when the history of this period is written, people will realize a lot of the decisions that were made on Wall Street took place over, a decade or so before I arrived in president, during I arrived in president.
That's right. Blame your predecessors. Wow. The guy on the left is Obama's head speechwriter. Look at what he's doing to an image of the future Secretary of State. Boy, I hope this guy's resume is up to date, because we know Obama, and
homie, don't play that.
That's my show headliner, but that's not my show. Who the hell is this guy? And he was bad-mouthing Obama. I don't know if I should be flattered or pissed. I'm so confused. Plus, it's Top 10 Tuesday, my top 10 funniest sports commercials of all time. T.O.
You better get your popcorn ready.
The J-Rock.
Yeah, yo.
Man, Boo, what the hell are you doing, man?
Oh, yeah, man. I tried to sneak that one by you.
Hey,
I'm sorry, man.
I don't have a lot of time
sorry.
as is, man. Stop messing around.
Okay, man. Okay, let's do it again.
Clown.
Let's do it again right now.
Jeez.
Go ahead, yo.
Man, I'm not. Shut up. Boy, I tell you what, I don't. Anyway. Hey, welcome into the J. Rao Show. And, of course, you can reach the show at thejrowshow@live.com, thejrowshow@live.com. Usually at this time we say what's up to our new listeners. We have new subscribers. We say what's happening. But because of the fact that we had such a long intro, Bookie, and the fact that I want to put this OJ Simpson thing to bed during the first set, we'll say what's up to our new subscribers during the second set. Okay? Fair enough. Because I am upset with our criminal justice system. And the reason why I'm so upset is because, listen, whether you like the guy or hate the guy, what happened in Las Vegas was a travesty. This guy gets 9 years. He has to spend at least 9 years of his life in jail, in prison, because of that situation that happened in Las Vegas at that hotel. Ridiculous. First of all, people are on record for saying that most of that stuff in the room was his. The guy who set it up had a tape recorder in his pocket, and he admitted that he recorded it because he could sell it to some tabloid magazine. Everyone kissed and made up after this thing went down. You have the Las Vegas Police Department on tape saying, hey, we finally got him, and I'm paraphrasing here, we finally got his ass. Now, excuse me, the word finally means that after so many attempts, you finally completed the task. So they could not have been talking about this current case, because once they called OJ went and told OJ he needed to come back to Las Vegas. He immediately went back. So there was no multiple attempts to get OJ for this trial. This thing was all about 1994. Now, let me go on the record and say this. OJ Simpson ass should have been in jail in 1994. If people would have done their jobs in 1994, we wouldn't be having this conversation in 2008. But be that as it may, the bottom line is that they've been trying to get this guy for the longest. And if you don't think this thing was about 1994, hear this. First of all, and you saw this in the intro, the judge makes this statement: I told the jury people that if they were here for something that Mr. Simpson did in 1994, that this is not the trial for you. Anytime you have to make this announcement, make this statement before sentencing, then it's all about 1994. You shouldn't have to announce what you're trying to do. Hey, listen, let your actions speak louder than your words. So first and foremost, it was all about 1994. And once again, if that's not enough to convince you, then why the hell were the Goldmans there? Now, and I want you guys to really help me out on this, because I thought about this all day, and I said, how am I going to make this statement? Because I've never had a family member violently murdered. So I guess I can understand the hate that they have for this guy. I really can. And I can understand the fact that they will go to, they went beyond, I think. They continued to go and try to get this guy convicted. They continued. There was a due diligence on their behalf. I mean, you have to give them credit. They really did their thing. But, you know, I'm having a hard time with this part, because a part of me thinks that, I don't know, folks, I just think that maybe, and this is just me, maybe they are, to a certain degree, I don't know. I don't know how to say this. The JRouseShow@live.com. Because I don't want to offend anyone who are, you know, on the side of the Goldmans, because I am on the side of the Goldmans. But a part of me feels that they are exploiting this. And I'm sorry for saying this, folks, but I think that they're exploiting this. And you guys check me on this, please, because I didn't want to go there. But it just seems to me every time there's a TV show or a microphone, Fred Goldman and the girl, his daughter, they're there, front and center. You know, listen, I can admire what you're trying to do, and I can appreciate that you want to see justice being served. But listen, there's a way of going about that. We don't need to hear or see you every time there's a TV show on or a mic put in your face. We don't need to hear you spew the hate that you have for OJ. I mean, you know, the comment he made, well, he had that same arrogant look on his face. No, he did not. He looked like a man that was scared and knew that his fate was in trouble. That's what I saw. But because they hate him so much, they look at this thing through rose-colored glasses. And y'all check me on that, because like I said, I just feel horrible for saying it. But I really and truly think that it's not doing justice for the memory of Ron Goldman. Guys, do your business. I guess the good thing about this is that OJ's gone. I'm contradicting myself here, but I'm glad he's gone to jail, finally, I guess. And the fact that we will finally get rid of the Goldmans. I'm tired of seeing them go away. And I'm sorry for saying it. Check me on it if you think I'm wrong. But the criminal justice system is so out of whack. Because, riddle me this. You guys remember The Preacher's Wife? And I'm not talking about that movie. We're talking about the preacher's wife, the lady who shot her husband in the back while he was in the bed, took the kids and ran. And remember, you know, their primary defense was the fact that he used to make her perform kinky. They used to have kinky sex, which she wasn't comfortable with. He used to make her dress up in a hooker uniform and high heels. If you guys recall this picture here, this was the premise of their defense. And you know how much time she served in jail? Take a wild guess. A total of 7 months. She killed a human being and served 7 months in jail. 5 months in jail, 2 months in a mental institution. Are you kidding me? It's just not right. Listen, we'll finish this up in the second set. Keep it right here. The J. Rouse Show rolls on.